Well, there's a lot of empty seats up there now, and the reason that is because there are 200 drum majors standing behind me. We are so fortunate to have become more of a beacon for drum major training in the Southeast. We have 6 states that are covered by this track alone, and it's very cool to see that directors now send the top of their leadership chain to us to be able to train them, to put them on the podium in their fall shows. So we're super excited about that. We're also super excited that Sheldon Frazier, who is our track director, he's the director of bands at North Cobb High School in Kennesaw, Georgia, and also a graduate of Western Carolina University, now heads this track. So, Mr. Sheldon Frazier.
Hey, I'm Sheldon Frazier, I'm from Kennesaw, Georgia, and I'd like to introduce you to 200 outstanding young individuals. As David said, these students came from North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Alabama, I think someone's here out from California, and all over the country, Texas, hello? Okay, we've come from all over the country for a week of sharing, caring, learning, and growing. Yeah, we're going to do a little demonstration here, but the true impact of this camp you won't see in these 10 minutes. The discussions we've had about fundamental leadership, about team building, about conflict resolution, and about integrity and character are things that you're going to see show up in how these students interact with their peers, how to interact with you, and things that we as adults all know are essential to the success of our adult world. I agree. I say this every single year, and I truly, truly, truly believe it. Your impact of you being here and your presence can never, ever be overstated. The students may not say, I appreciate you or thank you on the way home. They actually might fall asleep. They might not say it in a day, they might not say it in a week, they might not say it in a year. But I can tell you from personal experience, one day they're going to wake up, maybe around the age of 30, and say that I am who I am because I had a family that believed in me. I had people that said, I am here for you. And whatever family means for you, that's mother, that's father, that's mother and father, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, family, friends, other parents, the whole thing. Having someone in your corner to say, I am here for you, means all of the difference. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, not only for being here to support music education, but being here to support the future leaders of our world. If you're a member of this, if you're a participant in this symposium, can you take a second to show your family how much you appreciate them? Give it up. So there's obviously no way that I could have done this by myself. I'm here with a fantastic team of people that have made this week successful. First of them has been someone from Somerville, South Carolina. He is the director of bands at Ashley Ridge High School. He's also a former drum major of the Cadets Drum and Bugle Corps, Mr. Ben Pouncey. Next up from Norcross, Georgia, she is the Associate Band Director at Norcross High School and former drum major of the Kennesaw State University Marching Owls, Miss Maria Phillips. This next person is someone we added on to the track this year because we saw a need and we wanted to make sure that they got filled by the very, very best. This is someone that has spent a great deal of time of his life growing as a leader and almost kind of turning into a leadership guru in terms of being able to teach lessons on foundational leadership. He's here from Marietta, Georgia. He's the Associate Band Director at Kell High School, and he's a former drum major of the University of Georgia Redcoat Band, Mr. Taylor Watts. I did not recognize this person. She is a former drum major of Western Carolina University, and she has just been absolutely phenomenal this entire week. Her and the entire team of counselors have been there for everything we've needed. They've been proactive, she's thought ahead, been thoughtful about every single thing that we need. She is now, she graduated from Western Carolina University, was a former drum major. She is now, I believe, in Greensboro, or High Point, North Carolina, as an interior designer, Miss Holly Thomas. So if you're in the High Point area and you're looking for a little feng shui, reach out to Holly Thomas, okay? All right, so we're gonna go right into the demonstration of the flappage of the hands. And we're gonna talk first about how, what things you'll see from the backside over the course of the season. The majority of our shows in marching band have, each measure has 4 beats in it. So we use a 4-4, what we call an arrow pattern. As you see them conduct, you'll see an arrow that points down to an imaginary plane or imaginary line called the ictus. That's where all their beats are going to fall, okay? We define that arrow pattern by the upbeats. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, we define it by 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We're gonna show you those 4 points today, okay? Set. We're gonna start with the and of 1. I'll give them a count off, and then they'll show you the end of 1. Here we are. 2, ready, go. 1 and. Very nice, go back to set. That's the and of 1, this is the and of 2. 2, ready, and go. 1 and 2 and. If you're a drum major and you don't have lunch, you can always use your mind to give yourself food by doing this. Cheeseburger sandwich. And we're back down. This next one is my favorite, and I will tell you why in a second. And of 3, 2, ready, and go. And I have no shame in saying how excited I am and how much I appreciate this set in the arrow pattern, because if we go from fingertip to elbow, to chest to elbow, to fingertip, it forms a W. W is in Western Carolina University. As in, send your kids to Western Carolina University. It's a beautiful... Very good. And the end of 4 is very, very similar to the end of 1. All right, there are a couple of songs, I think music is a healer, and so I think whenever we're doing these fundamental kind of arrow pattern things, we typically do music that we enjoy and music that's kind of got a little groove to it, and Georgia is going to what I'm used to. And so we're going to do four different songs that will demonstrate a specific skill. This first one is just going to demonstrate a regular arrow pattern, okay? Notice they're hinging from the elbow versus the shoulder. Your marching band shows are going to be from 7 to 9 minutes. And they'll typically, if you go from the shoulder too much, it'll tucker them out. Very, very good. I will make sure that there's enough time in each one of the little demonstrations for you to get plenty of pictures and videos of your baby, okay? So this next one is a 4/4 time, and in all of your songs, in typical marching band fashion, you have a fast tune, then you have something that's slow and lyrical, it's more of a ballad, and then you have something that's fast and energetic at the end. This takes that same 4/4 pattern and rounds the sides to give a little bit more expressivity in slower music.
To
different than the first song. You would follow their fingertips. On a side note, they all have this playlist, so if you start hearing these songs, sorry. Over the course of the week. Now, there are other things you have to express as a drum major when you're conducting a band. There are things you have to do, there are things you have to say yes, high and lows. That means you have to have an independence of hands. One has to show where the beat is, the other has to show where the expression points are. This next song demonstrates that. Rub your tummy while tapping your head at the same time, you understand how difficult that is, the hand independence, okay? 2 more songs. The next song is in 3/4 time, and it's a song that I hope you love as much as I do. that we'll demonstrate when we get to the chorus.
Did you know that when it snows, my eyes become alive and the light that you shine can be seen? I'm like a angel kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get, I feel stranger than feels, yeah. And now that your roses in bloom, my light hits the gloom on the grave.
Very good. The very last one is over here. Before I introduce some more groups and some more people that have taught us really, really cool thing for them, obviously music has different people that enter at different times, so you have to find ways to cue them. I kind of sandwiched all the cues together. You either cue on 1 or 2, 3, or 4, and then there's one extra little one that we kind of put on there just for good measure. And so this kind of sandwiches all of those together in one long sequence, okay?
We party every night, then we all just walk off in the rain. Even angels fly, oh, and our wings just keep getting in the way. Our love so strong, so deep in my heart. Yeah, I've been feeling it all day long. Baby, don't wait. Love so strong. I feel it all over. And I'm an experience. You can feel it, an experience. Yeah, I can really, really feel it, an experience.
All right, I'm going to get down and introduce you to 4 people that are 3 people that are the Western drum majors currently. Spencer Childers, Kaylee Alexander, Kristen Fletcher, and one person, Keely Thomas, is in Brazil right now. Brazilian, okay? And so the drum majors have taught this to them, and this is how we're going to wrap up. So please welcome the Western Carolina University drum majors.
You're listening to Proximity.
Awesome work. Thank you, staff. Thank you, Sheldon. Thank you, Western.